Today's Wholesaling Daily, we want to talk about when you talk to a homeowner, being congruent and not hiding intentions with them or being shady. You don't want to be shady. You want to be
that's good.
Congruent and on par with your deals. What do I mean by being shady? What do I mean by this?
Slim Shady.
Slim Shady. What I mean by this is there's unfortunately a couple bad apples that can give bad names to the whole thing. It's like one bad apple can rot the whole forest, right? And that's what happens a lot with real estate investors, and especially creative real estate investing that we're doing. And there's a lot of, first off, there's a lot of scams going on in general, and you don't want to be associated with that. But like we've mentioned before, it's going to happen where people are going to associate you with scammers because they're getting hit up by people all the time, especially if it's on the phone, or they're always getting BS in the mail, emails from Nigeria, claim your lotto winnings, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to talk about how to be congruent, ethical, and have your intentions be known, and talk about how to do this the right way. So my name is Dustin.
I'm Josh.
I'm Corey.
We're the Wholesaling Daily Show, modernrei.com, providing wholesalers with quality cold call generated leads since 2019, actually. So when we look at this here, being congruent, it's not the most flashy thing. And congruency is probably the least appealing word that we could have chose.
Open to more ones.
Right? But here's what I mean by that. I'll give you a story, actually. When I did my first wholesale deal, I was actually 20 years old. So that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I had a lot more hair. It was a little lighter. A little brighter. But when I did it, there wasn't really a lot of training to really show you how to do this. And I actually did my first deal without telling the homeowner that I was selling it to someone else. And I didn't know any better. I was just told that you get it under contract and then you find someone else to buy the contract. And luckily, the guy was very degenerate. Well, he was not digging myself a hole here, but he was a degenerate. He was just an alcoholic, and so it worked fine. And as I didn't feel good about it, but I didn't really know what to do, because I thought that if I told this person that I'm selling it to someone else, I'd lose the deal. So I didn't know what to do. But I still pulled it off, and it wasn't until the next deal I had under contract where I needed to bring people by, and I wasn't congruent in my answers when the homeowner would say, well, why are you coming by, blah, blah, blah. And then they said, look, man, something is off here, and they canceled the contract. So this was 20-year-old me, and I literally learned how to do this from VHS tapes in my parents' basement at 20 years old. And I had never done anything before, and just literally no idea what I was doing. So my mindset back then was, why would anybody sell me their house if I'm going to sell it to someone else? And I didn't know what I didn't know, and honestly that was a mistake that I made. And as I got older, a lot older, I learned from people who are doing this stuff perfect or congruently, and just always being clear with your intentions of the property. And now what we do is we say, look, either we're going to buy it or one of our investor partners are going to buy it. And we're just straight up about it. We say to them, look, some of these properties we're going to tune up, fix and flip, and then some of them might not meet our criteria, and we're going to sell it to our investor partners, which is the people on our buyers list who have purchased from us before. And that's pretty straightforward with them. Like, you're just 100% clear with your intention. And if you're just wholesaling, if you're not going to fix and flip, you need to be just transparent with them and say, look, I work with a group of investors, and I'm going to, I'm willing to give you this much. I'll bring in one of my investor partners, and you're going to make money on this, and I'm probably going to make a bit of money too, if that's okay with you. And you just need to be transparent, because they're going to find out anyway at closing what that is and how much money you've made. So just being transparent with them across the board. One of the things that you do want to do, though, is when you bring your investors by, what we do is ideally we want to do an open house, pick a day, and then we buy the homeowner lunch to say, hey, can you go and, lunch is on us. We're bringing by some of our investors and inspectors. And then from there, we have them go through the house and submit the offers to us on the property. And the reason is we don't want the homeowner in the house as the investors are coming through. And that's one of our rules, actually, is that if our buyers interact with the homeowner, any contract is going to be void, because first off, there's nothing stopping them from trying to cut us out of the deal. And it happens. We've had it happen to us before. So that part of it, you need to be just straightforward with everybody and say to the homeowner what your intentions are, and then say to your buyers, look, you know this game, you know how it works. No contact with the seller. That any information is done through us, and that's how we sort it out.
Yeah.
You guys have anything to add on that?
Josh, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think too, when it comes to being honest, in this real estate game, which I think is a pretty foreign concept. I think a lot of times people are just trying to get what they can get or cut someone else out. And we read the book, Winning Through Intimidation, where just a lot of people in real estate are looking to cut somebody else out, or they're just trying to get their piece at the expense of someone else, a lot of times. And when it comes to being open with them, like Dustin was saying about, we tell them what's up, that we may buy this, or an investor's going to buy this, we may make some money. It's important to then really show them why it's the best reason to go with you, why it's the best reason to sell to you versus someone else, where they could make a little bit more money. Maybe they could sell it to a realtor, make some more money, or someone else, or the competition. So it's really important that you build that value in other ways, and I'm sure we'll do a video on that later or something like that, but just as a little side thought tangent. But yeah, reputation is everything.
And you're going to deal with all sorts of people in real estate. You'll deal with guys that seem super shady, guys that are straight up. Yeah. If there's one thing I've noticed over the years, is anybody that has to preach to me how honesty and integrity seem to be very core values that they have.
Yeah.
Those seem to be the least congruent and most people out of integrity. And I think the things they've done in their past, or the intentions they have to pull something off, they feel that they need to be like, we really value honesty and blah blah. With me, I'm a straight shooter, or whatever. Those are always red flags. Like, you don't have to. Solid people are solid by their actions. They say what they're going to do, and they follow through.
Yeah, and they don't feel this deep need to really try and convince everybody that they're the most authentic, they're the most honest.
Yeah.
Because I think that this would really translate well too with investors, because you look at a lot of people that invest their money and it's just nothing like they thought it was, or they get lied to, or they don't talk about the returns, or they're always pushing the numbers up. So I think that's a huge one in real estate, especially you see all the Ponzi schemes, kind of crazy stuff out there.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. For us, it's a big red flag as soon as someone says honesty and communication, and we need to know we can trust each other. If we're gonna do this, we got to be able to trust each other. No secrets. Blah blah blah.
Or anytime someone says, I'm more concerned about your returns.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I just want your money to grow. I don't care about myself. The people I work with, I care about them first and foremost. Everybody else is so high and mighty than me.
Yeah, the most important thing to me is that you
make money.
Exactly.
It's like, what?
Right? It's like, just
Instant red flag.
cut the crap, man.
Red
like
flag,
like
right.
you're in this to make money. Everyone's in this to make money. And we're transparent about that. Like when an offer doesn't work, or when a homeowner comes back to us with an offer that doesn't work, we say, look, we need to be able to make money on this as well. We want you to obviously make money, but if it doesn't work for us, then that's fine. Maybe there's a different investor, or maybe you're better off listing with a real estate agent. These are the solutions that we see available, but then we also say, look, these are the benefits of working with us. We can get you cash, you'll save the realtor fee, you'll save holding fees, we cover the closing costs, and just trying to be transparent. Is that a question?
Yeah. What's the best way to look at a tax deed property that is far away?
Far away. What's the name of that service?
I never did figure that out. There are services online that you can hire them to go take pictures of properties, but you could also hire I think some cab companies will do it. They'll drive out and take photos.
There's a name of a service right now that will go and take pictures for you. I can't remember what it is.
Put it in Asana.
Yeah. If you just Google, Google. That's like the most generic. You know what? That's a great question. Probably gonna have to Google that one.
You know, I think a really good idea too, if you're willing to sell it with a realtor. I've had realtors in the past look at property for me.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to probably call around, find a hungry realtor who's got time on their hands, and you can let them know, I'm a real estate investor. I'm looking at investing in this county far away. I specialize in foreclosure sales, and this is the address. If you're willing to look at it and it's good, I'll buy it and then sell it with you, and they'll make that money on the tail end. That's going to be a great way, and you'll also be able to get their advice on the market, all kinds of good stuff. So if you call 2 and you get 2 no's, what do you think they should do?
Call more.
Hallelujah!
more,
Call
man.
more.
Call until your voice is
Horse.
anymore.
Yeah.
Or Craigslist ad. Find someone who's willing to just drive a little bit, drive dollars for houses, and then you'll have someone in your pocket that you can use in the future, which is wicked. Or you could get in a tax lien and deed investing forum. We've got one on Facebook, and see if there's anybody in the area you can partner up with. That's a couple of great ideas, off the top of my head. Unless you don't want to share it.
Oh,
Your
keeping it secret.
realtor or the service. Or Google Maps if you want an outdated photo, which would be a terrible idea. Terrible idea, but it's a way that you can see the street.
I'll find it and put it in the tax link group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds good. Sounds good, but yeah, that's a bit of an overview of being congruent in your real estate, and it's honestly pretty simple. And just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Just tell the truth, and it shall set you free.
Oh yeah, and then plus when you tell the truth, it just disarms everything. When you call in and you say, this didn't pan out the way I thought it was, this and this and this happened, and it's like they don't have any ammunition anymore. You disarm them for sure, and it's like the truth.
Absolutely. So for the guys listening on the podcast online, thank you. For YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, multi channels. Once again, if you're a wholesaler and you're looking to add some leads to your business on top of your direct mail, we have a cold calling sales floor, and we produce leads all over the country for real estate agents, or not agents, but for wholesalers. For wholesalers like yourself. For us, we're putting up leads every single day for people in the US. When we turn this thing on, we got 150 leads within 8 days. It works, and it works well. And it's a tool for your investing toolkit. So direct message us if you want some info on leads. If you're listening to this podcast, head over to modernrei.com. There's info on there where we can get you some of the details for your city.
Come get some.
On that note, we will wish you a great day and see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
All right, peace.